The absence of fear does not exist. And fear itself does not exist. Makes no sense, but makes absolute sense. When they are in an order, a time sequence, each one makes sense. Maybe not acceptable to your mind, but makes sense to your mind. But when they come one after the other, and it's a complete opposite, that also makes sense. But when you're asked to choose, which one makes sense? There's no choice. Because you know that your experience, sometimes you have fear, and sometimes there is an absence of fear. So, both of them are ideas, but both of them are actually experiential. Is that what one is? The experiential of fear, or the absence of fear, is true. In our time body, it appears to be one or the other at different time sequences. Can we experience both at the same time? Deep sleep. Do they exist, you see? Of course they exist in that natural state. But when the human mind gives, we have millions of experiences, but we only have one experience. See, this is the thing that the ego cannot get its head around. There is only one experience. There's only one experience. Me living this life. I exist. I am here. Everything revolves around this I is here experience. In deep sleep, there's no absence of fear. There's no fear. There's no me. There's no experience. There's no I. There's just deep sleep. So therefore, we know what it's like to be non-dual. But apparently, because our senses are not working, we cannot experience this non-duality. Or there's no mind to experience this non-duality. But we have created, through this mind, from this one experience, billions of experiences of the same experience. I am this whole experience. And then you say, I am a person in this whole experience. I am happy in this whole experience. I am fearsome in this whole experience. And then another by subproduct, I am fearsome because of that in this whole experience. But I'm not fearsome of this in this whole experience. And the reason we're fearsome of that is that has been given meaning. I am fearsome of losing my job in this whole experience. And my job means I may lose my home in this whole experience. I am a homeless person with no fear in this whole experience because I have no home, no job to lose in this whole experience. So my whole experience returns to a more wholesome experience. The idea of loss is the idea of the meanings of what each subproduct and subproduct and subproduct, the matrix of subproducts of experiences of the whole experience. The idea of losing the end one means I have to come back and lose every single one on the way back. And that's death. That's what happens in death. All that meanings that you give to life are simple ideas, made up names, identities, and concepts of one whole experience. But you said, matters not. What about the whole experience? I simply don't want to lose that. And that's why we're here on this planet. After countless of years, countless of possible previous bodies, ignorant of the fact that we are here to understand what the whole experience is. And whether it has a beginning or an end, or whether that is also an assumption, a meaning. We take for granted what we're told through our lives because that's what we are told. And we are fearsome of giving up to the parents who told us because we have given parents meaning that we have to obey and respect, and whatever they say is true. And of course, if you take some of the things they say are to avoid fear, and some of the things they say are to accept fear, they're also midpoint, moving along the subproducts of what this ego mind is constructed as. Ideas, concepts, information, but most of all, the most unworthy is to give something meaning. Except I. When you give I meaning, the mind says, look, there's a word here, there's a word here. Happiness. Look at it. We can give happiness meaning. It's a beautiful word itself without what it constitutes, what it contains, what its possibilities are. But I? What meaning is that in I? Don't follow what the speaker says. And the speaker itself says, don't follow me, follow your I. The whole experience. Because it's like saying, why would I reduce all this that I've learned, all this meanings, all this opposing values, all this, okay, I don't like pain, but that's what we have to accept, and that's of course true. Why would I give up all this just to find what I already know? I am this whole experience. Yes. What is beyond the whole experience? Have you seen the hourglass? Yeah. So the top triangle is all the meanings, all the stuff, all the ideas, the concepts, all the minuscule I can't remember the word I even use now. Sub experiences. Yeah. And then you come to the door, the whole experience. I am the whole experience. I am the whole experience. Where's it going, you see? Or where is it coming from, you see? We have an idea that the sand in the hourglass is going downwards. It could be going upwards. We've just decided that's what we're going to call it. That's up, that's down. Every time we give something meaning, we move away from the truth. Let's give the meaning of that another meaning. In the dictionary, you have every word, hundreds of meanings now. Every time a new meaning, a new idea, because someone experiences it differently. They experience it in their unique, conditioned, programmed way differently. There's no such thing as fear, and there's no such thing as the absence of fear. At the door of the hourglass, the whole experience. If you're going down inwards, what you'll find is not the opposite of what is taking place out here, but an enhanced way of what is already taking place out here. Christ says, when the mind of ego is dissolved, something is reborn as the child. Don't take the child as a minuscule little infant. The child means innocence. The child means simplicity. The child means basic. The child means shaman. The child means wisdom. You know, in the bottom half, wisdom, in the top half, this intelligence, this meaning of fear and non-fear, of pain and pleasure, of all opposing values. In the bottom half, same opposing values, but much more pure, much more enhanced, much more real. But which one is which, you see? Because the hourglass itself is one whole, one whole experience, one whole consciousness. There is only one whole consciousness. Whatever you're experiencing right now is the same every moment. Whether it's an enlightened experience, whether it's a depressive experience, whether it's a homeless experience, whether it's a king experience, it's all the same experience. And the minute your mind allows you to realize what you truly are, the moment with God is that, yes, now you've got it. Now don't lose it.